All right, let's take a look at those markets, guys. Bitcoin 27,800. So I guess that's pretty much where we were yesterday. You know, there's not much changing. People are waiting for those CPI numbers to come out tomorrow. A lot of people are thinking that they're probably going to be little bit higher than expected, and we might see a little bit of a market dump. We also are coming out of that whole Binance situation. Well, not just Binance, Bitcoin in general. Because of all these meme coins, the network got clogged up. Transaction costs through the roof. You know, it's costing people $100 to send a transaction through. The network is just clogged up. I think over 400,000 transactions clogged up. You're seeing a lot of people now pushing the narrative that Bitcoin is broken, which we have all known on this channel that Bitcoin's an old technology and it barely works. Same with Ethereum, transaction fees up, and because of that, you're seeing coins like Bitcoin Cash up today because people are looking to get out of Bitcoin and they want to get into something Bitcoin related, so they're getting into to Bitcoin Cash, and I think Bitcoin SV, which Bitcoin SV is like really down on the list. I don't even know where it is, but Bitcoin Cash up a little bit, so 10%, and I think Bitcoin SV was up as well. Oh, and you got VeChain under 2 cents. Okay, so yeah, all coins showing a little bit of weakness, and there's overall weakness in general. Even with stocks, everything's kind of looking weak today. All right, let's look at some news. Former Coinbase product manager behind insider trading case sentenced to 2 years. That's good. You know, a lot of these guys over at Coinbase were doing a lot of dirty things. I remember in 2017 when Bitcoin Cash came out, they weren't giving people, you know, if you owned Bitcoin at the time and you had it on Coinbase, you were supposed to get like Bitcoin Cash, and they weren't giving it to people, and they were keeping it for themselves. And also they were doing a lot of insider trading where, you know, Bitcoin Cash went up to like $4,000. And all the people at Coinbase, well, not all the people, but a lot of people working at Coinbase knew that was going to happen. So they bought a bunch of Bitcoin Cash, and they've been doing it for years, just like, you know, front-running coins and things like that. So that's good to see. You know, 2 years, he probably won't serve anything. Or maybe he'll serve a few months. But definitely good to see. Found this story. Warren Buffett dumps $13 billion in stocks. A warning sign for Bitcoin and risk assets? I don't know. A lot of people, like I said, are expecting a dump tomorrow. Anyway, U.S. stocks are falling as investors await CPI report for April. A lot of people think that inflation is not going to be going down. It might kind of level out, but people think it might not be going down because it's been going down every single month. And we might actually go up a little bit for next month. And of course, all these are lagging indicators. So stock market's down, Bitcoin's down, all the risk assets are down. I mean, this could be a nasty week. We could see Bitcoin drop below 25,000. I'm hoping that doesn't take these altcoins plunging with it, because these altcoins are really underperforming right now. You got Cardano back down to 36 cents. VeChain just went under 2 cents, which sucks. It is kind of a bloodbath out there, but this is all short term. I'm looking to just buy the dips as usual. You know, these markets are boring right now. There's not too much going on. Like I said, Bitcoin Cash up 8%. Is this growth connected to Bitcoin? Well, no, it's because people are looking to get out of Bitcoin. Like I said, I've always said, like people always say Bitcoin's a store of value. It is not a store of value. Gold is a store of value. Real estate's a store of value. Bitcoin could go to zero at any time. And this is the cold, hard reality of crypto. All of these cryptos, including Bitcoin, could go to zero. We all know that quantum computers within the next 5 to 10 years are going to come out that are going to be capable of hacking the blockchain. Now, before they come out to the main populace, Amazon, Google, there's going to be a lot of people on that side that are going to have access to these computers, and you don't think they're going to be hacking the blockchain? Now, of course, they can do updates to the blockchain and fix all these security holes, but I look at Bitcoin, like I said in my previous videos, I look at Bitcoin as per cycle. Like, I think Bitcoin's going to do really well next cycle, which is next year. I think Cardano, Theta, all the coins that I mentioned are going to do really, really well. Where they're going to be in 5 or 10 years, I don't know. That's why, you know, I always talk to a lot of people, and they're always like, well, you know, I'm just going to buy some Bitcoin and hold it for 20 years, then I'm going to check on it. Well, it could be zero by then. You're better off just Setting a number in your head where you want to sell it, at least a percentage, get your initial investment out, and then keep the rest there. Bitcoin is the safest in the bunch, but it's like, that's not saying all that much. These things are extremely volatile. And even in these bear markets, we see Bitcoin go up 100% and then crash right back down 100%. So yeah, it is possible we go right back down under $20,000 again. And then we don't go back up until next year getting close to the halving. It's very risky. It's very risky. So you got to be careful with crypto. It is not a store of value. It's a way to get rich quick. That's what it is. And quick being a couple years. I mean, here's an article, controversy rises as Bitcoin transaction fees continue to climb to historic highs. It's unusable. The Bitcoin is just unusable. I mean, how are you supposed to use Bitcoin for like to buy anything? Okay, you definitely can't buy a cup of coffee with Bitcoin. It's going to cost you $20, $30, $40 in fees, and it's going to take a week to transact. Yeah, you have the Lightning Network, but that's help. That's help. That's not really Bitcoin. That's a third party coming in. So a recent phenomenon in the Bitcoin network has raised some concerns among users and observers. Some transactions are embedding image, text, and other data into Bitcoin's blockchain using techniques called ordinals encryptions. This process takes advantage of some updates to Bitcoin's code that allows for more flexibility and scalability, such as Segwit and Taproot. However, not everyone is happy with this trend. Some critics argue that the Ordinals protocol is an attack on Bitcoin's fungibility, meaning that each Bitcoin should be indistinguishable from another. They claim that by adding arbitrary data to the blockchain, ordinals make some Bitcoin more valuable or desirable than others, depending on their content. For example, some ordinals inscriptions contain NFTs or digital art that could have a market value. Another concern is that ordinals could pose a threat to Bitcoin's mission in El Salvador, where it is legal tender. Some fear that by filling up the blockchain with unnecessary data, ordinals could increase transaction fees and congestion. Well, everything's increasing transaction fees because you have all these meme coins now. I mean, people are just creating now on the Bitcoin blockchain, and it's just basically destroying the blockchain. It's like made it unusable. So this isn't good. This is why coins like Bitcoin Cash were created, Litecoin, Bitcoin SV, and we'll see what happens. Maybe Bitcoin Cash is going to have a run. Now, this has happened before. It happened in 2017 or 2016, and now it's happening now. That's why guys like Roger Ver decide to create Bitcoin Cash. But this just goes to show that Bitcoin is ancient. It's an ancient technology. It's very secure, but you're kind of at the mercy of the miners. And if the miners don't want to process your transaction, they're not going to process it. So you're basically completely at the mercy of the Bitcoin miners, which is one thing I never liked about Bitcoin. And that's why I kind of see it. Like if we're like in a situation where the miners just say, hey, look, like we aren't going to process your transaction. There's not enough miners. Maybe a bunch of miners get shut down. Maybe the few miners that are left want to charge $10,000 to process your transaction. Well, then you're stuck. So, you know, that's the problem with Bitcoin, and that's the problem with a lot of other cryptos as well. That's why for me, I never really got all excited with this whole blockchain garbage with Bitcoin. I just see it as a way to make money. And like I said, I think Bitcoin's going to do extremely well. Next bull market, I think guys like Michael Saylor are going to be rich. Bro, even richer. He'll probably be a billionaire. All right, Cardano dominates transaction volume as Bitcoin Ethereum network fees skyrocket. As you guys know, even Ethereum is unusable for its purpose. I mean, to buy some of these meme coins, I was actually looking the other day because I was thinking about buying that Bob coin. I mean, just in like network fees, Ethereum fees, it's like $100. So if you buy $200 worth of the meme coin, you got to pay $100 in fees. I just saw an article where a guy bought like $50,000 worth of Pepe a couple days ago or whatever, and he paid like $20,000 in fees. This is a broken system. It's completely broken, and that's why you have Cardano, which is looking to fix all that, and a lot of other cryptos as well, with Bitcoin and Ethereum facing skyrocketing network fees amid the recent meme coin craze initiated by the launch and massive success of the Pepe token. Cardano has assumed that leadership position among all blockchains in terms of daily transaction volume. Indeed, the 24-hour transaction volume on the Cardano network has amounted to a staggering 13.25 billion, well above that of Bitcoin and Ethereum, according to the data retrieved by Finbold. So what I think is going to happen is, I think eventually people are just going to get off Bitcoin and Ethereum for doing these meme coins and whatever the hell else they're doing, sending NFTs or whatever. Bitcoin needs to be just for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you know, you want to call it a store of value, call it a store of value. You buy your Bitcoin, you hold it. You want to send your Bitcoin to someone else. That's what it was designed for. It's not designed for all this horse shit in between with the meme coins and whatever the hell else people are creating on the Bitcoin blockchain, clogging it up. It has to stop. And you can use coins like Cardano for your shitty meme coins. And that's what I think is going to happen. And I think that you're starting to see that crossover now where Cardano's network activity is up because of this. Of course, we want the price to follow. The price has not followed yet, unfortunately. But keep an eye on Bitcoin. Keep an eye on other layer 1s, layer 2s, because I do think that Ethereum's days are numbered. I really do. A lot of people calling for a $10,000 Ethereum next bull market. Maybe, but I really think this might be the last run for Ethereum. I just feel like it's old, worn out technology. It really is. All right, so one of the reasons the Bitcoin blockchain has been clogged up because of the Bitcoin BRC20 explosion. Here's an article here. BRC20 explosion sends users scrambling for options, including Lightning Network. The effect of the BRC20 mints range from halting of Bitcoin's withdrawals on Binance to frustration with the sudden high cost of making Bitcoin payments in places like Africa and South Africa. A lucky miner ranked in 6.7 Bitcoin, or almost 200,000 in transaction fees on Sunday night, exceeding Bitcoin's current block subsidy by 6.25, an extremely rare occurrence that illustrates how a recent burst of activity on the blockchain related to the Ordinals protocols has led to soaring costs for users. So, like I said, BRC20, people are building on this Bitcoin blockchain. They're basically just clogging the network. It's kind of like if you have a 2-lane highway, everything's going great on that 2-lane highway, and then you basically just close off another road and you just send all the cars to that 2-lane highway, you're going to get congestion. And this congestion is unfixable. So it's almost like some people have like conspiracy theorists say, oh, maybe this is like a way to just try to kill off Bitcoin with these Bitcoin ordinals. So late last year, ordinals introduced inscriptions or arbitrary content like text or images that can be added to sequentially numbered satoshis or sats, the smallest unit in Bitcoin, to create a unique non-fungible token or NFT. Ordinals is now also being used to mint BRC20s, which of all intended purposes are fungible tokens. All these new tokens have quickly exploded into popularity, but at a steep cost. They've congested the Bitcoin network and pushed it to its operational limits, offering a real-world test of how the world's first and largest blockchain might cope with the need to scale rapidly. We've all known forever Bitcoin can't scale. Here's the ultimate test. People are trying to build on the Bitcoin network right now. It's not working. Binance had to halt withdrawals the other day. You're still paying a crazy amount of money to send Bitcoin. Bitcoin's essentially dead right now until they get this shit fixed. I don't know if there's a way to kick off these ordinals or whatever you want to call it, these BRC20s. I really feel like people should not be doing this on the Bitcoin network because they're going to end up killing Bitcoin. And that's the thing. If they kill Bitcoin, where will everybody go? Well, they're going to go to Ethereum, but Ethereum's just as bad. It is faster than Bitcoin, but where are they going to go after that? Cardano. All right, Cardano. That's where I think they're going to go. So this is like one of those times I'm kind of glad I don't own a lot of Bitcoin. I'm more of an altcoin guy because I just don't feel the joy with Bitcoin. I just see it as an old technology that's slow. And there's just not much of a use case for it. But you know what? This isn't the first time this happened. It also happened in 2017. But the problem is when we go into a bull market in 2024, what's going to happen when you have all these BRC20s? You got more people coming into Bitcoin from all over the place. I think this is something that could really kill Bitcoin. So I feel like they need to find a way to get these tokens off the Bitcoin blockchain. I don't know the ins and outs, how it's allowed. I would assume it's up to the miners, but the miners like it because they're making a lot of money. So I don't know. Could this be the thing that kills Bitcoin in a couple years? We'll see. But that's why, folks, I'm not long any cryptocurrency. I mean, I'm long like a couple years, but honestly, if I had a lot of Bitcoin right now, and I had it on the exchange, I'd probably put into something else, because this is the test. It failed the test. You basically had the Bitcoin network, that secure network, taken over by scammers and garbage. And they're killing it. They're killing it. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Interesting stuff. Look at those markets. Bitcoin 27,705. BNB always holds up good. Always holds up well. But yeah, everything kind of looks like shit today. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow's the big day. If those numbers are good, we're going to see a Bitcoin pump. If they're not, we're going to see Bitcoin go right under $25,000. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science, folks. We know what's going to happen. Poor numbers, $25,000 Bitcoin. Good numbers, back up to 30. Place your bets. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.